into the chat first. Oh, good. We're live. Good. Apparently, we have 8 people in the chat. For those of you signed into the chat, if you're signed in with your Barnegat Schools email, then when you type, people are dropping out because they're scared. Good. If you type in a comment into the live chat, if you're signed in with your Barnegat Schools email, it will come in with your real name there. Keep in mind, those of you in the chat, please show me that you can be responsible, of course. I, at some point, will have to assign somebody in the live chat to be moderator. So you will have the power to delete comments and put people in timeout. Don't abuse that power. But for right now, for those of you in the chat, and I'll check it in a few moments, but for those of you in the chat, if you want to leave a comment and say hi, just so I know who is here, that would be fantastic. And I will begin this whole day in which it is. So here we go. In terms of the live stream, if you do have a question during a regular lesson, please make sure you put it into the chat. That would be fantastic. And I will remind those in the chat, if you have not joined the Google Classroom, please make sure that you do. And this is for everybody. I've already put in an assignment for you in regards to my syllabus. The instructions are there. It's all online. We'll deal with it when the time comes. Oh, great. My connection is unstable. That's going to be fun. Okay, the connection apparently is better now. Let's get to it. All right, 11th and 12th graders, Algebra 2. This year is going to be difficult, not in terms of the material that you're going to be learning, but for obvious circumstances in the world. This is going to be it's going to be a crap show. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Everything literally could change by tomorrow. Literally, my son is in first grade this year. We just had orientation. And the morning that we had the orientation, the principal says to us, something changed 2 hours ago. It's literally changing in real time. By Friday, this whole thing could be gone. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. But as I said in the video to you yesterday, if you haven't seen the video, make sure that you've seen the video on YouTube that I posted. It's like a 1.5-minute video. I am going to be here for you every step of the way. Ask anybody who has had me as a student before. Ask them not what type of teacher I am, but how much dedication I put into each and every single one of you. Please make sure that you ask them if you get the opportunity. I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. And no matter what is going to happen, we are going to continue moving forward together. Anyone ever see Meet the Robinsons? The movie? Good movie, right? I'm just saying. Keep moving forward. I like that. I see you in the chat. I see 10 people in the chat, but I see 1 comment. I'd like to see more comments for a hello or what's going on and stuff like that. But we'll figure that out. I'm kind of nailing this speech, right? Couple of nods. Thank you. I don't take flattery very well, so you'll lose points for that. Anyway, in my classroom, I like to do group work. Can't do it this year. Can't. Oh, I got more hellos. Hello, people. Cool. I like to do group work. I can't do it this year. I like to do practice problems where you're off working in different corners of the room. I can't do that this year. I like to do things where you guys get to move around. I can't do that this year. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit of a change compared to what I'd like to do in the past, but unfortunately, them's the breaks. Typically, when you come in the classroom, there should be some kind of like paper here. I'm not going to do that this year because I don't want to spread germs. So in terms of warm-up do now, they're going to be transitioning to the board. They're going to be on the board for you. In terms of the live stream, if you're going to be watching on the live stream, you'll be able to see that do now, whatever. I'll get you guys taken care of as well. It's going to be a little strange. You guys heard about all majors and minors? All online. All of them. Majors and minors. Online. Yay, Mr. Markey. I hate online minors and majors. I know. It's going to be a change. We're going to get this thing together. Have you guys gotten used to, again, just nod, because obviously I don't want your voices to be on the thing, but have you guys gotten used to the arrows in the hallway? It's okay. It's day one. It's day one. That's only for passing time, remember. That's only for passing time. So in terms of using the facilities, the bathrooms are down and to the left. In terms of a pass, for now, I'm going to have to write physical passes, and then you're going to have to throw them out when you get back because I don't want to reuse physical passes. Not gonna. I'm thinking about laminating one, but then I would have to spray it down and wipe it every time somebody got back, which is kind of a pain. I don't know how that's going to work. Yesterday, we had a teacher in service. Imagine that the teachers asked 100 questions. Let's just say maybe 15 of them got answered. We have questions. We don't know how to answer them. It's going to be a little crazy. We're going to figure this out together, though. I promise you that. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Okay. Now, in terms of the syllabus, I'm going to bring that up on the screen in a moment. Now, for those of you in the chat, this is for you. If you have any clarification questions while I am speaking, please ask them in the chat, and every now and then I'm going to glance at it, and I'm going to be able to answer those questions. For those of you sitting in the classroom, if you have a clarification question that can easily fit on the board, write it and hold it up. Or I plan on taking the last 15 minutes at the end of the class period to take your questions with the live stream turned off. So please keep that in mind. I'm going to take the last 15 minutes of today and I'm going to answer your questions with the live stream off so that you can talk and do whatever that you got to do. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. But like I said, for those of you in the chat, if you want to ask it now, I can talk about it and we can deal with it. But, look at all them faces. Anyway, I'm wondering who's going to be the moderator. Whatever. I don't care. Anyone follow me on YouTube last spring? No? Oh, man, it was blowing up. Anyway, cool. Finally, in terms of electronics, yes, we are going to be using the Chromebooks. Yes, there are going to be times where you may have to use your phone. Yes. I would prefer that they do not become a distraction. Do not let the phones become a distraction. Obviously, it's sitting right there. Yeah, it's just sitting right there, But I know how tempting it can be to me, Just keep it under control. This year is going to be a little different. We're going to have to use the electronics. If you need to charge it, by all means, plug in, charge, do what you have to do. But we'll deal with that in due time. Let me bring up the syllabus. The syllabus is, boom, already on your Google Classroom. So I'm not printing out any paper. For those of you in the chat, there's a giant glare right here. I'm working on trying to figure out how to get rid of that. Anybody know what OBS Studio is? OBS Studio? Yep, you know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to get it installed on the computer, but I can't do it without admin privileges, But if I had OBS Studio, it'd be so much easier. My goodness. OBS Studio is like the streaming software which you can put together all of these scenes. So I can have this scene streamed to them and there wouldn't be a glare. I could have a microphone and they could just hear my voice. It would be phenomenal. Whatever. Don't care. Anyway, here's my syllabus. Remember last year when they got rid of homework? No? Whatever. Last year, homework ceased to be a grade. It's no longer a graded thing. That's still the same now. This is what you're going to be graded on. 50% majors, 30% minors, 20% classwork participation. I'm going to get into those details later about classwork participation. Majors and minors are going to be online. They're going to be online. Projects are going to be majors. They're going to be online. It's going to be great. We have to have a minimum number in. Ugh, so excited. Graphing calculators. I'm not allowed to give you graphing calculators to use. So guess what? On your Chromebooks, and for those of you at home, I don't know if you're using a Chromebook or your personal one, but the school has a deal with Texas Instruments where we are going to be allowed to use a TI-84 app on the Chromebook. You will be able to use the calculator in that sense. So I can't provide you with a calculator, but I do expect you to have these other things. I expect a pencil. I expect a notebook. Those in the chat. Get your notebooks out and ready when we need them. Folders for organizing stuff. Hold on.
At this time,
Sophomores.
I through the letter P who have not received Chromebooks can go to the cafeteria. Please bring identification and a pen.
Thank you. Cool. Folder for organizing worksheets. Although I'm going to be giving you minimal worksheets because I don't want to have to pass things out. So for those of you in the chat watching live, oh, I have a new subscriber. Sorry, I get excited about that kind of thing. Whatever. For those of you in the chat, obviously I'm not going to be passing out physical paper. I'm not going to be passing out physical paper, but I will be providing things for you online. You'll see. Now, in terms of your notebook, I know how it works. You take notes for like the first 2 weeks, and then you just stop taking notes. That cannot fly in this class. It cannot, and it will not fly in this class. You want to pass this class? Keep an organized notebook. You keep an organized notebook, I guarantee you'll do very well in this class. Because when I go to help a student, Ms. Margie, I didn't get this particular thing. Okay, cool. Let's look at what you got in your notes. Let's see what information is there. Oh, I don't have anything from October to November. Yep. That's a problem. Keep an organized notebook. We'll get into that. Classwork assignments, they're mainly going to be on Google Classroom. If they're late, because I'm going to have due dates on there, if they're going to be late, then you're going to lose some stuff on it. Now, classwork participation is a little different. Classwork participation, there are actually 2 assigned grades per marking period, and it's a cumulative thing. So, for example, the syllabus that I assigned to you in Google Classroom today is ungraded. But anything like that is classwork participation. And at the middle of the marking period and at the end of the marking period, I can look back to see if you have those check marks or not. In terms of minors and majors, because they're online, if they are submitted late, yes, I can take letter grades from that. Warm-ups, I talked about it a little bit. I like to have things over there, but I can't. So they're going to be mainly on the board when you come in. I would like you working on what you need to work on. Let's scroll down. There we go. Majors and minors. I like to give at least one major, one minor per chapter, not per marking period. Per marking period, I do have to have a minimum number of each. Projects will also be a part of that as well. Assessments will be given online. Appropriate amount of time will be given to announce it. I don't do top assessments. You're not going to come in and be like, oh, no, I didn't know. No, you'll know. Trust me. You guys are attending my class in person. They're attending it online. Now, in terms of attending, typically, I will only see you on Mondays. This is special because it's the first week of school. I'm only going to see you guys on Mondays. So the way that's going to work, and you guys in the chat can't see it, but I'm going over to a calendar. Typically, I would see you on a Monday. On a Tuesday, I would have the other cohort. On a Tuesday, you would be working on an enrichment activity that I assign you through Google Classroom based on the previous week's work. Please keep that in mind. The enrichment activities that each cohort are going to be working on are going to be based on the previous week's work. It's going to be a little nuts, but we'll get used to it. We will. On these days, I am going to be teaching new material. I have you on Mondays. Are you required to be on the Tuesday live stream? No, you're not. But you can if you want to. If you want to just get new information, or if you want to be retaught something, Mr. Rankin, I didn't get this thing, I would like to see you reteach it again. Or if you're just absent or unable to attend the stream on Monday, or not stream, I should say, but if you're absent from school. Oh no, I didn't get the lesson on Monday. Cool, I have a live stream on Tuesday. All my live streams are going to be saved automatically and organized into the YouTube channel in a playlist. Get used to it. That's the way I'm going to be handling things. It's going to be phenomenal. What's so special about Monday? Don't say it. Monday the 7th. Don't say it. You got no school. Since we don't have school on Monday, I am going to be teaching new information on Tuesday. But you're not in school on Tuesday, which means I would expect you on Tuesday to log in the live stream because I am going to be teaching new information. I'm expecting you to do that. If you are not here, all of these lessons will be saved online. You need to watch the lesson, take down the appropriate notes, have the appropriate questions if need be. And then I'd see you the following Monday, the 14th. And then we deal with stuff there. This is going to be new and strange to all of us. New and strange to all of us. It's going to be a little nuts. But we'll get it done together. We will. Live stream, you can see them. You'll see these orange signs up here. See how nice they look? You know what's so special about them? My wife made them. She made them. These are my expectations for you. My wife is a kindergarten teacher, or she was a kindergarten teacher until her kids were born. She's a great kindergarten teacher. But she made these for me. They're fantastic. Now, first of all, listen up. During the live stream, you have no choice but to listen up. Listen to me and my sultry voice. It's going to be great. Number 2, respect for all, not just for each other, of course for each other, but not also for the items that I lend you. My desk, my marker, my whiteboards, whatever. Respect for the items that you have, the Chromebooks that the school has lent you. Be prepared. Have your crap. Have your notebook. Bring your Chromebook to school. Take care of things. Be prepared. You need stuff? You need stuff. Oh man, I got paper. I got tape. I got 3-hole punch. I got tissues. I got sanitizer. I'm going to have erasers up here. You're going to have what you need. I'm going to give you what you need. You can keep it. Well, obviously not the 3-hole punch of the tape or whatever. Whatever, I don't care. But everything's going to be up there. It's going to be great. Only what you need. Now, in years past, I would yell at students saying, hey, get that phone off the desk. But this year, we kind of need them. Everything's going to be electronic. We kind of need them. So I'm just asking you to be responsible with the electronic devices that are on your desk and that you don't just spend all your time playing. I don't know. I was going to say Candy Crush, but that's probably outdated. We all play now. Don't say it. Actually, write it. Write what games you play. The one major game that you play in your phone. Write it on the board. You don't? All right. All right, fine. You don't have to. Whatever. I play Clash Royale. I'm great at it. I'd wreck all of you. Anyway, on topic. If I'm talking about math, you're listening and thinking about math. If I'm talking about puppy dogs, I want you to imagine puppy dogs. Your power went out like a few weeks ago during that storm, right? Cool. During the blackout, I only lost power for like 18 hours, but I know like some people in Barnegat lost power for 3 days, right? Yeah. So I'm putting my daughter to sleep during that blackout. It's like 8 o'clock at night, pitch black, no lights anywhere. And then I hear this guy in the woods behind my house yelling, Georgie! Georgie! Looking for his dog. Yelling for like an hour, walking around the neighborhood, yelling for Georgie. Eventually, my daughter goes to sleep. I'm sitting on the couch reading a book by headlamp because the power's out. And he comes to my front door. He's like, have you seen this dog? I'm like, no. I felt really bad. I don't know if they ever found him. That's the story. I just wanted you to be sad about the dog. Right? You get it. Nah, I don't care. Anyway, this is fun. Weird thing about the blackout, though, a different dog randomly walked up to my front door, sat down, and then eventually left. What the heck? Anyway, to this. So these signs my wife made, they look phenomenal. Syllabus, next page. Participation. Obviously, participation, you're not going to be raising your hand and answering questions during the live stream. But you can use those whiteboards. But participation is also paying attention, taking notes, working on the problems that I have assigned you. Participation is a big deal. You will get graded on it twice per marking period. And it's a cumulative thing. It's not just what you do in class. It's also what you do on Google Classroom. I can see what you participated in. Extra help. Now, obviously, I can't really offer. Hold on. Sophomores.
2 through Z who have not received Chromebooks, they should go to the cafeteria, please bring ID and a pen. Thank you.
I can't really offer after-school help because school lets out at 12:50. There is one after-school bus at 2:45. If you stay after school, you'd be after for over an hour and 45 minutes if you decided to take the bus. I'm not going to do that. So instead, I'm going to offer extra help in the following ways. You can always email me if need be, but especially during the week and especially on Fridays, I am going to be offering extra help, not on a recorded live stream, but on like a Google Meet. I'm going to do that for extra help. I want to offer you whatever extra help I can offer you. We'll get it done. It'll be phenomenal. And then, this is part of your first assignment. There is something that your parent/guardian has to do. They're going to be signing this, quote unquote. Now, obviously, I'm not giving you this paper, and I'm not asking you to print out anything. On Google Classroom, there is a form that your parent/guardian would have to fill out, indicating that you and them have read the syllabus. There is an article as well, Finding the Glory in the Struggle. I want you to read it. And I made a note. Anybody can just fill out a Google form. How do I know it's your parent or guardian? I have a request at the end of the syllabus. They're going to send me an email. Could be about anything. They could introduce you. They could explain any reservations they might have about this year, or ask me any questions about this class. I want them to do that. And that will indicate to me, yes, they have followed my instructions, or you have followed my instructions. So please make sure that you're jumping on that. Cool. This is Algebra 2. I know what the deal is with Algebra 2, especially for you guys. It's Algebra 2 CP, which means that you are either a junior hoping to just be done with math so that you can be done with math for the rest of your life, or you're just trying to graduate high school so that you can go to college and you're hoping that this is the last math you'll ever have to take, or you're a senior who needs it to graduate, or a senior who doesn't need it to graduate but is hoping to get a good grade on it for a transcript or for, getting out of a class in college. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different reasons. But all of you come to this class with the idea of, hold on, they're interrupting me again.
A through H can report to the cafeteria.
A through H.
Thank you.
I kicked the chair. Now, my point is this. You get to the class, Algebra 2, and there's this phobia of, holy crap, I'm going to drown. It happens all the time. Most of the kids that I have in Algebra 2, they feel like they can't do it. They have a math phobia. They just don't like it. It's the worst thought of their minds. They don't want to come to math class. I'm here to get you through that. Again, talk to anyone who has had me before. I can be difficult in terms of the material, not in how I explain it, but in terms of just how amped up it is. In Algebra 1, was everything about lines? In geometry, was everything about triangles and circles? No? Proofs. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, PTSD, I just mentioned proofs. Cool. Algebra 2 is basically math on steroids. It's going to be hard. I am here to help you through it. And I will. I promise you that I will. It's going to be fun. Quadratics and graphing, systems of equations. Oh, it's going to be great. So excited. Anyway, what time we got? This class lets out at 11:05. 15 minutes back would put us there. It's time for the Marquee quiz. They'll have to do the Marquee quiz separately, but it's time for the Marquee quiz. For all of you in the chat, it's time for the Marquee quiz. Here's what you do. If your phone is able to connect to the internet, please go to quizzes. Do it now. If you can't connect to the internet, I have an index card that you can take the quizzes on. But if you can go to quizzes right now, please do so. I'm going to get you a code. It's time for the Marquee quiz. Let's see here. Start live, classic. Continue. Boom. There's the Marquee quiz. For those of you in the chat, there's probably a giant glare on the number. I know that there is. So I'm going to write the number down here. 615220. 615220. You can see it. There we go. Is everything backwards? Man, that would really suck if everything was backwards in this chat. Hey, you in the chat, is everything backwards? They're not answering No, they're saying no. Good. Thank you for your responses. But yeah, go to joinmyquiz.com, sign in with an appropriate. They're signing in already. Look at them. Look at them down there signing in. Unless it's you guys. Whatever. Okay. But make sure you sign in. Now, this Markey quiz is all about me. It's all about me. There are questions that you like to ask throughout the school year that waste my time when I would rather be teaching math. So instead, I like to knock all that stuff out on day one. If you've been paying close attention, I've been dropping hints to various questions throughout the chat, or throughout this class period. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. The winner is not going to be the one on quizzes who gets the highest point total. It's whoever gets the highest percentage of questions correct, the highest percentage. So technically, there are 11 questions. So if you get 11 out of 11, you have a good chance of winning. Frankie, how are we supposed to know any of this? You're not. You're not. You're not supposed to know any of this. It's going to be great, though. Anybody not able to log in? Okay, I'm going to get you index cards. Because I have the questions separate that I'm going to do. They're in the same order. They're in the same order. So where did that thing go? Oh, I left it all the way up there. I would just ask that if you're doing this on this, obviously you keep this, but pen or pencil, don't use my marker like some kids did in first period. Why in the world did they do that? In the past, I would give the winner of the Markey quiz the illustrious high five. It changes your life. Unfortunately, I cannot give out high fives in this day and age. So I'm going to have to give you the illustrious head nod. Head nod. It'd be like this. It'll change your life. All right. Now, it says that I have 11 people in the chat. I have 7 people signed in. Now, keep in mind, for those of you in the chat, only if you win. You can only get an air 5 in the chat if you win. You have to earn it. I love talking to people in the chat. One of the cool things is, if you bring your Chromebook in, you can join the live stream and just mute it on your computer, and then you can ask questions in the chat. And I can see it right there. And you can see what everyone else is saying. It's really cool. Anyway, just again, keep in mind, for those of you in the chat, joinmyquiz.com, 615-220. I'm going to give you another 10 seconds or so to get in there if you need to. I have 8 people in there. Keep in mind, once the quiz starts, I am going to be going over, I am going to bring up the questions for those who are doing it on paper. So you can take it at your own pace, but I'm going to take the questions with those in here that are doing it on paper. So they should be in the exact same order. All right. They're going to miss out. Oh, well, we're going to get started. I'm going to start the quizzes, and I'm going to bring over the paper Markey quiz. Let's get going with this. Start. Here is the real Markey quiz. I'm going to rewrite that number somewhere else. As of today, question number 1. As of today, how old is Mr. Markey? For those of you that are writing it down, you just have to write the letter. Just write the letter. I'm going to give you all the answers after we're done. As of today, how old am I? How am I supposed to know this? You're not. Take your best educated guess. Question 2. What high school did Mr. Markey attend? What high school did Mr. Markey attend? I'm going to lower the volume on this. This is bugging me. Where is my mouse? There it is. I hear a lot of wrong answers. That's fun. Question 3. Where did Mr. Markey go to college? Oh, after the Markey quiz, I got to make a reminder for myself. I got to talk about textbooks. Textbooks. Okay. Boom. Question 4. Where did Mr. Markey meet his wife? Now, before all of you, especially those in the chat, freak out because you're like, wait a minute. How is that 4th answer even a possibility? He's been talking about his wife. He's been mentioning his kids. He's wearing a wedding ring. But ask yourself the question, am I the type of person who would drop all of these hints, who would make up all these things, who would buy an expensive wedding ring just to fool students on day 1 of class on a quiz that doesn't count? Would I do that? I don't remember you saying anything about pets. I said I was dropping some hints. Some. Not all. Anyway, back to this. Question 5. How many and what type of pet does Mr. Markey own? Do you hear that dinging noise? That's a lot of wrong answers. I love it. Question 6. How did Mr. Markey get famous on YouTube? Ooh. That's going to be fun. We're going to talk about that. Now, keep in mind, I have my school YouTube. This is my school YouTube that I'm doing this on, school YouTube. But there is my personal YouTube. I'll talk more about that. Let's see, question 7. What is the fastest Mr. Markey has solved the Rubik's Cube? Yes, I know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Most likely faster than you. If any of you know how to solve them. Here it is. Here we go. Question 8. What sports did Mr. Markey do in high school? I think people are wrapping up the online quizzes. That's okay. We'll get this one done. Question 9. Which elementary school did Mr. Markey attend? For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Barnegat. My parents have lived in Barnegat for 40 years. Still good. We'll talk about that. Click. Number 10, my favorite question. What is Mr. Markey's heritage? E.g., where my family came from. My wife, not my wife, my mom speaks fluent of the language of the country that she came from. And over the summer, we actually found an old documentary from like 60 years ago from the hometown that she grew up on. And she was able to translate a lot of it for us. It's great. Finally, bonus question, number 11, open-ended. Here's the deal. I'll give you the bonus. And I already set this up on quizzes. But you'll get the bonus if you were within 1 month. If you're within 1 month of the answer, you get the bonus. But I want it in that kind of format, years and months. How old is Mr. Markey's son? All right. Now let me check the quizzes. See how people are doing. Oh, it ended. Good. Let's see where everyone's at. Now keep on, I have to check it against other people. Let's see here. On this thing right here. Oh, it looks like, now keep in mind, I'm not going on points. But it looks like the 4 of you got 36%. We'll see if you two can beat it. I still have 2 people in the class. I have to check their scores. Let's see what the answers were. When you were doing the quizzes, obviously it didn't tell you if you were right or wrong, right? Good. Go back to question 1. As of today, how old am I? As of today, I am 36. Yes. 36. Every year I update this. It makes me a little sad sometimes. Because, no, 2 years from now. 2 years from now, this will say 40. Don't care. Let's see here. Question 2. What high school did I attend? Now, I said that I grew up in Barnegat, which is correct. I did grow up in Barnegat, but back then they didn't have a high school. So I went to Southern. Fools. Anyway. Y'all know the Edward School down on Route 9? Wait, did I call it the Edward School anymore? I have no idea. That used to be Barnegat High School 60 years ago. Yeah. Barnegat did have a high school 60 years ago in the 1950s. In fact, people from Stafford, Waretown, Pinelands, they all came up to Barnegat to go to high school back in the 1910s, 1920s. They did. The kids from LBI would actually ride their sneak boats across the bay. Yeah, I know. Fun facts. Where did Miss Markey go to college? Now, if you didn't know, all 4 of these colleges are in Maryland. But I went to Salisbury. That's how you pronounce it. Salisbury. That's stupid. It looks like Salisbury. Yeah, I know, but it's Salisbury. What do you call the town that's near Lacey? Do you call it Forked River? That's what I thought. All right, people. There. Question 4. Where did Mr. Markey meet his wife? I do have a wife. I know, you're disappointed. But we worked together at Barnegat Recreation Summer Camp for so many years. So we worked together in the summer. Good times. You know, we're actually, back in the day, my wife and I haven't worked there so long. But back in the day, I would work at Barnegat Recreation Summer Camp. And then several years later, those kids would show up in the high school. Now, I don't know. Now, just for the sake of argument, let me think for a second. I haven't worked there since like 2012, so it's been like 8 years. So for you guys, 8 years ago, you would have been like 7 or 8 years old, give or take. Yeah. Crazy times. Click. What type of cat? Oh, I gave it away. I just said it. I said cat. You'll find that my most watched video on YouTube is a cat video. But that's not how I became famous on YouTube. It's not. It's a cat video smacking a vacuum. Maybe we'll watch it. Let me go to the next question. Click. How did Miss Markey get famous on YouTube? My fame on YouTube is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. None of you would remember it. Did you hear about a TV show called Lost? A couple of you, yeah. Lost was a cool TV show back in the day, and I did review videos on them. Got pretty popular for a while. Hey, he's back. You missed the Markey quiz. I'm sorry. You don't know anything about me now. Yeah, that's okay. We'll watch some of my YouTube videos. You'll see. All right. The answer is C for this one. Was the fastest Markey solved the Rubik's Cube. Did anybody watch the documentary on Netflix about Rubik's Cubing this past summer? Honestly, do yourself a favor. It's a 45-minute documentary. Go on Netflix, watch that documentary on Rubik's Cube. It's called The Speed Cubers. It's really good. I know most of those guys because I've met them at competitions. It's great. My fastest time is 8 seconds. Can't get on my level.
You have one with you right now?
No, I don't. Now, mind you, that's my fastest. That's not what I average. No, don't talk during the live stream. Sorry. Fun fact, because some people do ask this, what's the fastest anyone has ever solved the Rubik's Cube? In competition, 3.5 seconds. 3.5. Mr. Markey, why can't you do that? You're 8 seconds. Here's the thing. The gap between 3.5 and 8 is miles and miles and miles. The gap. There's a huge gap between 3.5 seconds and 8 seconds. I I do have this stuff for you. I'll change this every day. Anyway, it's a calendar cube. You gotta solve it every day. Anyway, next question, number 8. What sports did Mr. Archie do in high school? You can't get on my level. I did all of them. Thanks. Number 9. What elementary school did I attend? My parents have lived in Settlers Landing for 40 years. You know how they're doing the redistricting in Barnegat? Kind of, yeah. When my sister went to elementary school, my sister went to Dunphy. But by the time I went, they had to redistrict. I went to Collins. Wait, it says Seahawks, right? Seahawks. Collins. Okay. Hold on. Just
Students at this time, juniors with the letters Q through I through P. Please report to the cafeteria.
Real quick, just to score it. You ready for this? You ready to faint? You ready? Irish and Puerto Rican. I see the looks on your faces underneath those masks. I'm half and half. Yeah. Finally, as of today, how old is Mr. Archie's son? 6 years and, hold on. 5 months. 6 years and 5 months. Okay, so how many did you get correct? You can say it. Yeah. 3?
Okay, 3, 5, 6 years and 4 months for the last one.
Oh, but you were within 1 month. So you got an extra point. So how many total? 4? So hold on. Somebody break out a calculator right now. What is 4 divided by 11? You have a phone? Break out your calculator. 4 divided by 11. Because you guys got 36%, right? Is it 27?
It's 36.
36. Oh my gosh. I have like a 5-way tie then. You guys are nuts. Fine. Here's your, wait, you got it. Did you guys get 36%? No? It's gonna change your life. Dude, everybody does. For those of you in the chat that won, here you go. That's what you get. It's so great. I love the Markey quiz. Okay, so we're almost on schedule. We're about 5-ish minutes ahead. The last thing I want to talk about before I get to the question and answer thing, because I'm going to turn off the live stream and I'm going to take your questions and issues about stuff going on without the live stream. I want to tell you about the textbook. There is a textbook for Algebra 2 that you will have to utilize to the best of your ability, a textbook. But the textbook will be online. I am currently working on getting you access codes to the online textbook, all of you. I'm getting access codes to the online textbook. Hello. I'm just talking about the online textbook. There's not going to be a physical textbook this year. But yeah, it's going to be kind of nice. The online textbook is okay. It's a little bit cumbersome to work around, but that's why you're going to need your Chromebooks in class. Make sure you bring them in. When we use them, we use them. When we don't, we don't. Just make sure that we have everything ready to go. Now, before I sign off on the live chat, because I'll ask you guys first, does the live chat have any questions for this class or the schedule or anything along those lines that I can make notes of, and I can make I'm going to make a post on the Google Classroom later today, just clarifying some things from this class, and I can answer your questions if need be. So you guys in class, save your questions for a couple minutes for when I turn off the live stream. But for those of you in the live stream, if you have questions right now, type them into the chat. I'll make notes of it, and I'll have an answer for you before I go home for the day, and I'll post that in the Google Classroom for us all. So I'll give you a few moments to kind of do that. If you have questions, that is. I know I look Puerto Rican, right? Oh, did you guys miss that part?
Yeah.
You guys were out of the room? Yeah. One of the questions was, what's my heritage? And the answer was that I was Irish and Puerto Rican. I know, I look it, right? Yeah. No, my mom was born on the island of Puerto Rico in a town, or in a village called San Sebastian. And she lived there till she was about 8 or 9 years old. Fun fact, my mom told me that she never saw the ocean until she left the island. Crazy. Do we not have to come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Do we not have to come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Trying to figure out what that question means exactly. If you are assigned to the second cohort, because you guys are all cohort 1, right? Cohort 1. Is that what they told you specifically? Okay, I don't know. But if you are assigned to Tuesday, Thursdays, you are cohort 2. And yes, attending is expected. Keep in mind, I'm only doing this opening day stuff. I'm only doing this opening day introduction to the class once. Next week, I'm teaching. So if you're assigned to cohort 2, I am going to be teaching on Tuesday. Can you put the schedule in Google Classroom? I think I can. Yeah, I think I'm going to see what I can do about that, about uploading the document. Basically, I would see you guys in class right now. I would always see you on Mondays, except for today. But I would always see you on Mondays. And then cohort 2, I would always see you on Tuesdays. There would be an enrichment activity for when you're not in class, and virtual Fridays. We would do virtual Fridays. So if you're in class for this kind of lesson, I would be trying to go through at least 2 standards a class period. I would try to fit this in on Monday. Then on Tuesday, I would teach the same lesson. But if you're supposed to be in class, you're supposed to be in class, and I got to do that on the computer. But obviously, if you're absent, you can check out the other live stream, and everything will be saved on YouTube. But yeah, I will put the schedule in Google Classroom, and I will clarify about Tuesdays and Thursdays, like the different cohorts on Google Classroom, and then Monday, Wednesday versus Tuesday, Thursday schedule, and I will talk a little bit more about virtual. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video about that as well, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. If you in the chat have any more questions, please make sure that you email me, and I will get back to you in due time. But for now, with the time that we have left, because we have 15 minutes, I'm going to turn off the live stream. So bye-bye, people in the chat. If you want to apply for moderator, email me. Anyway, click, end. Give it a moment.